Corner. I'm Nick, this is Jake, wearing our wizard robes in corner. Today we are going to talk about
Scouring up the Shire!
Now, I have such grievances for the movie. So many grievances. Actually, not so many. The movies were pretty perfect. Overall. Except for, they didn't put in Scouring of the Shire. Now, any of you who have read the book knows how important Scouring of the Shire is.
It's my favorite chapter in all three books.
It's mine too. And I mean, it's... So, when the hobbits leave Hobbiton at the beginning, Sam and Frodo, they move out into the new house and everything. They're kind of scared, you know? Mm-hmm. They're fearful. They can't really do much for themselves. They rely on wizards and humans and a fellowship to get them around and to help them out and all this stuff. But after all the trials and tribulations of the entire story, they get to go home. When they go home, Saruman the White is there with a bunch of men. And they have enslaved the hobbits and have torn down the party tree and have made Hobbiton into a nasty wet hole instead of a hobbit hole. And for me, it was the combination of them coming back and doing something on their own without anyone else. It was the character growth we got to see. In the movie, they ride in on their horses and they look all fancy like. Nuh-uh. This one here, they ride in on their horses and they go, oh poop, we got to do something. And they start releasing the hobbits, they start killing the men, they corner Saruman and Wormtongue in Bag End. Yeah. And they are very victorious, so they go up against a white wizard. He's powerless, but still wise, a white wizard. And how was it an army of men that he had with him?
Well, I wouldn't quite call him an army, but he had like a good.
It was like a ragtag
group. Enough guys that they could bully the hobbits. But if the hobbits band together, they can beat them.
And hobbits are very peaceful, so they usually win band together, which is what happened. But because Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin are jaded by their adventure, they are not afraid and they fight back.
Well, the hobbits had no strong enough leaders, because if anybody stood up to them, they'd just lock them up.
Yeah. The Gaffer got locked up, didn't he? Old Gaffer?
I do believe he did.
Because not sure. I think there's a whole point there where Sam goes and helps Old Gaffer out. Yeah.
But if anybody stood up to them, then they get locked up. So the hobbits had nobody to unite them until the four come back from their adventure.
And actually, Gandalf leaves them at the edge of the forest there, and he goes and hangs out with Tom Bombadil, while the hobbits stroll off into their next adventure. And this is all before the Grey Havens. And I understand that the movie had like end, and they want to end it. But if you're making a 5-hour-long movie that's an extended edition, I don't care if there's an extra hour on there. I'm going to watch it. And you're leaving out the most important part. And Peter Jackson filmed it. He just never edited it. So here's hoping that like a 25-year anniversary or 30-year anniversary or 50-year anniversary, we get to see Scouring of the Shire. That'd be wonderful.
Be so good.
Yeah, just like cut out the entire killing Saruman thing when they go there. The filth of Saruman is washing away. That was, I imagine Christopher Lee had to be so ticked off about that. Because Christopher Lee was the only man to meet Tolkien. He read this book every year of his life since he started reading. He read it something like 20 times. He read it the most on site for the movie. And the fact that they gave the ending, so Saruman's end of life in the movie was the same as his end of life in the book. Wormtongue gets shot with an arrow, Wormtongue kills Saruman. Sort of deal. That's how it goes. The arrow is being shot by Merry instead, though. Crossbow or bow?
Bow, I believe.
Bow, yeah. And we see the same ending, but it just doesn't have the same impact. Like,
well, because Scouring of the Shire really showcases the character of the hobbits.
Yeah.
And
their growth.
Yes, in like their growth and how far they've come and everything, but also just like their true nature the whole time. With Frodo encouraging hobbits not to kill the men unless they have to, and to definitely not kill hobbits because no hobbit has killed another one in the Shire
ever.
And that showcases his wisdom,
yeah,
and his good heart. And at the end, when he tells them to spare Saruman at the end of it all, and
it's Wormtongue.
like the hobbits are in disbelief. They're like, no, we should totally kill Saruman right now because he's messed up a whole bunch of stuff for us. And Frodo says, like, no, he was great once, and like he's harmless now except for his voice.
He had respect for him. Because of his silver tongue, right?
Even Saruman gets like a twinkle in his eye and a little bit of respect for Frodo when he says that, because he recognizes Frodo's wisdom there. Yeah. And he hates him for it. He hates him for his mercy.
Yeah, because he thinks that, no one should have any mercy, especially at this point in time. Like, he is so corrupted by Sauron, trying to, make him a pawn in his chess game, essentially. And Sauron, I believe, in my mind, couldn't live with the failure of Helm's Deep. Mm-hmm. And because the hobbits and the Ents showed up to Isengard and made a big swimming pool out of it, he wanted to go to the Shire, teach the hobbits a lesson.
Mm-hmm. And I think that Frodo letting him live, if Grima hadn't killed him, letting him live after his power has been broken and he's now like a beggar wandering, is like a way better punishment for him than just a simple death.
Well, let's also not forget he has silver tongue still, so he's not powerless. He
still has influence, but he doesn't have his wizardly magical powers.
He doesn't have any
He still
powers.
has the influence of his voice and the power that carries.
But he's also a demigod too, right? So there's that chance that he could always find a way to get powers.
I don't doubt that he would build his influence again and everything, but he would never rise to what he was. He would be permanently diminished. He would never achieve the same stature.
Well, another reason why he wanted to go and become evil is because he was jealous of Gandalf the whole time. Like, he was very jealous of the fact that Gandalf got to be a ring bearer for one of the Elvish rings. Mm-hmm. He was jealous at his carefree life in the Shire, because he even tells him, like, you gotta stop smoking the halfling's leaf. He even had, like, the casks of halfling's leaf in Isengard for him to try out to see what it was, to see if there was, like, some magical thing to it. Like, why is Gandalf doing this? The reason why Gandalf is doing this is because he likes to smoke. And that's all there is to it.
But, like, it's... The Scouring of the Shire, I get why they cut it out of the movie. Where, like, once the ring is destroyed, it feels like the end of the movie really drags on.
Yeah.
But Scouring of the Shire is something I so wish it was there.
It's a pivotal...
Because it carries so much value.
It's a pivotal part in the story. Like, your hobbits just had amazing character development from the very beginning of the story to the end of it. You get to see them put into action all the things they've learned over the course of the story. Mm-hmm. Like Frodo doesn't even have a weapon when they're doing Scouring of the Shire.
He has a weapon. He has Sting, but he doesn't draw Sting.
Sam has Sting.
Was it Sam that had Sting?
Sam has Sting. Frodo doesn't have a weapon when they go to the Shire. Because Frodo gave Sam Sting and his mithril coat at the banquet for King Alesser when he was crowned. So that Sam could go dressed to the nines into the banquet because of everything Sam had done. Because once again, Samwise the Brave, he's just so amazing. He even, like, he saves his old gaffer, Rosie, all of them. They get to rebuild the Shire, and Galadriel's gift to Sam was...
so sour that it wasn't in the movies. It's a seed of a Malorn tree, and he plants it where the party tree was. Like, because the party tree gets chopped down. and he plants a Malorn tree. The only one outside of Lorien is now in the Shire. It's like, now let's just leave that all out. Let's like.
He got
Who cares
Elvish
about that stuff? It's not like that's interesting.
He got Elvish rope in the movie. He got Elvish rope in the book too.
Yeah, but that wasn't like his main gift.
No.
Congratulations, a piece of rope.
When that box fell out of his pack and Frodo caught it, I was so hoping it was going to be the seed. And
I do believe that exact same scenario happens in the books, but it's the seed that he saves.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they just call it
spice.
Spice, yeah, like salt and pepper.
Yeah, spice from the Shire.
Which was a funny scene.
Taste at home.
Was a funny scene.
But not nearly as good as getting the seed.
Planting a Malorn tree in the Shire?
That's just the coolest thing ever. It's so cool.
And it was filled with dust, too.
Yeah.
It had a lot of dust that helped the other trees grow.
And didn't
he
it grow
scattered
instantly?
into the wind, and they had a great harvest that year. Magical seeds and a magical dust from Galadriel that really just shone in the Scouring of Shire. But we didn't get to see that movie.
And to me, it was a very important thing, the party tree getting cut down, because to hobbits, life is all one big party. That's what their life is. They love to eat, they love to drink, they love to smoke, and they love to hang out with each other. They're very sociable creatures. When you're not sociable as a hobbit, there's something wrong with you. That's why everyone was like, Bilbo, what the hell? But, once again, it's just one of those things that I thought it was the most pivotal moment in the book. I don't think there was a better moment in the book.
Well, it's the most satisfying end to the whole story. I mean, yeah, they go to the Grey Havens and they sail away and blah, blah, blah. But, for me, the Scouring of the Shire is, the true end to the story and the most gratifying end to the story.
100% agree.
And, chopping that is just, okay, let's hurry up and get it done.
It'd be
We've invested all this time in these super long movies, and now let's just have it done and over with.
To me, that would be the equivalent of chopping Aragorn getting Crown King.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as important of a moment. Aragorn gets to be Crown King, the movie ends, and they go to the Grey Haven, and that's it. Mm-hmm. The Parting of the Fellowship. That chapter is phenomenal. When you get King Lesser, Gimli, Legolas, Gandalf, and the four hobbits all riding east or west? They're riding west. They're going west.
Are they going
Hobbiton's west.
Hobbiton is west.
So they're going west. King Lesser leaves them at the borderlands between, is it Rohan? I think it's Rohan where he leaves them, and then Legolas and Gimli go north towards Erebor and Mirkwood, and then Gandalf and the four hobbits continue on until Gandalf leaves them at the Old Forest, and he goes to see Tom Bombadil. So you get to say goodbye to everyone, nice and proper, and the hobbits taking back the Shire. My phone's gonna die, so we're gonna end this video here. Please subscribe, comment. All my social medias will be down below. Thank you all for joining us in our Tolkien talk and our rants. I know that we talk a lot and go off topic, but we try. Have a great day, guys.